What up, what up, what up?
Sup, tuners?
I was just thinking to myself that I am like one of the laziest fit people to exist.
And why is that?
And because I was saying to you this morning, I was like, I coached a running class and I don't work out with them. Like they're on the treadmills and I'm just like kind of
The best kind of class.
Yeah. Like demanding them like what speed they should be going at. And we parked like maybe a 2-minute walk away. And then I saw an empty spot and I was like so pissed and peeved that we didn't pull into that spot. And I was like, I just had to put in extra steps.
I think it's funny that.
Yet I wanted to get a workout in.
Yeah. You were complaining about that. No, I think it's funny that it always happens when you're circling around in your car. You can't find a parking space to save your life. And then all of a sudden you park 8 miles away and then you're really close to the location. And all of a sudden there's 20 open spaces.
Always.
Every time.
No. And it's just funny that we complain about that. Yeah. We're always looking for ways to like get in extra steps or make our workouts extra hard. Yet we won't walk 500 feet from a parking space into the store, into the location.
Some fit people are really lazy.
It's kind of funny. But speaking of just like walking from a parking space, can we talk about you walking in heels yesterday from the event? Like Leah, it has 2 left feet when it comes to walking in heels.
I can't. I just spend so much time in sneakers that whenever I'm wearing any sort of heel, I have like a 30-minute cap, 30 minutes where I can put on a show and pretend that I'm okay. And then 31 minutes hit and I'm not okay. And my feet kill.
I feel like 31 minutes is being really generous. It's funny. We were like leaving the house and I'm like looking at Leah's outfit and like I was like, hold on, and I feel like I like threw things at you and I was like, hold on 1 second, and then of course she like still tried to like wear the sneakers out of the house and I was like, dude, like your outfit is fuego, and then like eyesore looking at your feet.
Yeah, no, you are the fashionista. You did go to fashion school, so I do trust you. I was like, okay, yeah. I do look fire now. You're right.
I know we were fitting in. It wasn't like a fitness event, which usually is like the influencer events are invited to. It was like a beauty event. So I was like, Leah, we need to step up our game because
And thank God we did, because sometimes like you walk in and you're like, oh my God, I'm overdressed. No. We were right on par. You didn't want to be that person that was wearing sweatpants and leggings.
No, everyone there was like dressed to the nines. They were ready for the content, the Instagram, whatever it was.
Yes. So that was just one of the highlights of our past week. This has been a really fun summer. I'm going to say it right now. This has been one of the best summers of my life.
Agreed. No, it has been such a fun summer. I feel like, I was even thinking I'm still on a high from the Chris Brown concert, and maybe actually a high because
maybe I'm actually stoned.
How much smoke was in that arena. Like I had such a good time, but like, after going to that concert, I'm like, I'm never letting my children out of the house.
But we were very out of our element. I felt like a mom. I'm like, all these kids, they're smoking these pens. They have no idea how it's affecting their health. Like I aged myself 30 plus years, but it was wild that I think like this Gen Z generation is just kind of whatever feels good in the moment. Don't really care what the repercussions are. Let me just smoke this pen. Let me just do whatever. And I don't know.
I think there's just like a different focus. I mean, like even our generation, there's just like a different focus. You're not so much thinking about future. And like, I think that's why you see even content creators, like so many people quitting their jobs and thriving, including ourselves, into content creation. And a lot of these companies don't even give you the option of having a 401k, right? Because like no one's future is like mindset is going towards the future and retiring and things like that.
I know. I remember when someone was like, you should start putting money away towards your retirement. I'm like, why? So I can have less fun now? Why?
Yeah, no, it just doesn't make sense to me.
It's just not the mindset. But that was really fun. The Chris Brown concert. It
was fun until it wasn't. The parking situation was a nightmare, and we won't bore you guys too much with that. But like, let's just say that like we thought we were being smart, and I was like, fine, like I'm willing to leave a little bit early and miss Chris Brown's final act, like maybe him taking his shirt off, like which is
so selfless of you.
Really big of me to leave before that, and in hopes of like escaping the parking lot early. But no, we moved an inch in 2 hours. Like it took us over 2 hours. Or 2 hours exactly to get out of the parking lot.
It was ridiculous. And Shay at one point was like, maybe let's just go to sleep. But I'm just so that person that's like, no, let's try to get out of here really quickly. Like, I know I can find a way, but I swear Shay passed out next to me. And when she woke up, we were in the exact same spot that we were an hour ago, except there was like steam coming out of my ears.
Well, it was kind of funny. Like on the way there too, we hit a little bit of traffic, and I was saying I had like one of those drinks like that. Like I don't really smoke, but like I had one of those drinks that has like some THC in it.
She's like, is THC the right word?
Yeah, like asking for a friend. And like honestly, thank God I did, because I think or else I'd be like flipping the fuck out. But it like mellowed me out.
She was vibing out. It was so funny. I was up in arms like, oh, we need to get to the concert. I looked to my right and she was like, what? I mean, let's just like vibe out. Let's enjoy. We never get a minute to just relax. I'm like, okay, positive Patterson.
Yeah,
shove that rainbow.
Yeah, no, it was a good time. It was a good time.
What
but
else
despite the heat, we
Yeah.
had such a blast at the concert. The only thing, it's crazy that we're like in such a heat wave, and like shout out to everyone who came out to Run the Club last week, because we're like, I don't get why no one wants to come, and they're like, no shit, Sherlock's, like it's been 95 freaking degrees out for the last
one's trying to
10
run.
days. Like no one wants to run 3 miles. And that's sometimes when we have to like vibe check ourselves, or like, are we the only psychopaths that want to
Yeah.
go and run and get together in
Yeah.
this kind of heat? I'm just like really excited. And I think for what we have in store today, guys, we are getting into some really fun reviews. So I don't even know what sparked my inspo for this, but I told Leah, I was like, we left last week's podcast and I was like, do you know what would be really funny is like, especially since you've been in a manager role, like getting so much of this feedback, it'd just be funny to go over some of like the feedback and reviews specifically for a gym. So like, if you guys don't know, now you know, going to Yelp, you'll get like some of like the best reviews out there, even some Google reviews, but people just have like no shame in the game. And I think that comes with everything online. You can hide behind a screen name.
Right,
And
these
so
trolls.
like trolls, no shame. And I mean, some people like proudly sign it.
Dash Leah Michelle Dowdy.
Right. Just so you know, this is from me and I'm angry AF. Speaking of, I went to a hotel this weekend and I like, just the check-in process was so mad. Like I really, like I get it. Like working in customer service is tough, but like if I feel like I've been so wronged, and especially if people are rude to me, like if you apologize and like you're like, I'm so sorry. Like I'm
Right.
like, okay, like I get it. Things happen and
Things
it's not
happen.
necessarily
For
your
sure.
fault.
For sure.
But when people just have no patience
Remorse.
and you work in customer service and are so rude, like that's what gets me
Well,
going.
that reminds me of like when
And
I,
so of course I had to say something.
Of
Like I
course.
sent it from our Instagram account. I was like, just so you know.
pulled a Karen with our mom Karen there, egging you on. I mean, that was like, I went to a restaurant the other night and the waitress was just so nasty. From the second we sat down, like when the vibes, just quick vibe checks, vibes were off right away. We're like, hi, how are you? Like we greeted her. She didn't even greet us. She's like, hi.
You're like, I'm already doing your I should get the tip.
Yeah. She's like, hi. Oh my, we're just gonna take a few minutes to look at the menu. And she's like, okay. Like if you're working in customer service, I get you have bad days, but at least pretend to try. At least pretend to care.
Yeah. No, that's all I ask.
That's all I ask. At least pretend you made an effort.
What were we talking about today? Like just pretend. Like at
Just
least.
at least pretend you
if you have
cared.
or an excuse. We were
Lame
saying people
excuse,
calling out
yeah.
of like work or like totally blowing you off. Like remember you were hired this girl that just like didn't show up and like stopped answering. So you're talking about like reaching out to the emergency contact and like finally the girl gets back and it's
She's like, I'm fine.
I'm fine. And it's like, honestly, at that point, like I would have like respected you more if you had just like been like, it was my cat's birthday or like,
Yeah, something.
or I don't know. Like I was busy.
Yeah. Anything. Just pretend you cared. Even if I know it's a BS excuse, my ego will just feel a lot better if you made something up.
Oh my God.
Some people just have no shame.
No shame.
Speaking of no shame.
Speaking of no shame in these reviews, we're going to get into it. I think the funniest part about this is that Lee and I each had homework this week. So I was like, let's not share with each other beforehand. That
Right.
way it's like totally like off the cuff. And like, I'm just excited for what these people have to say and what we have to say to these people.
And how angry you really have to be to go and leave a gym. I've gotten threatened a bunch of times. Like, I'm going to take this to the internet. But you have to be some different kind of mad if you really go home and you write that review.
Well, that's the thing about reviews too. Like, what do you think? Like, how accurate are reviews? Because to be honest, like when you have a great experience, unless it was like out of this world and like I was like massaged under the table during my dinner, like I don't think I'll go and leave a review.
Yeah.
But like if I had a bad experience, I feel like nothing like fuels a review like a bad experience. So
Right.
sometimes
It's
I'm
usually
kind of like, you have to take these reviews with a grain of salt, knowing that like it's mostly the angry people that go out of their way
Exactly.
to leave the reviews. Same thing with Glassdoor. You like look up in a company if anyone's done that before,
Right.
like before you start working there, and like it's mostly like disgruntled employees, like
Disgruntled.
previous employees. Word of the day.
Disgruntled.
All right. So I mostly looked up like 1 and 2 star reviews because these just like happen to be the funniest. So
Oh,
there
of
are
course.
good reviews for these gyms. We did everything from your high end luxury gyms to kind of Planet Fitnesses of the world, your backyard gyms. I don't know. Like we did everything. So I feel like for some of these reviews, you can kind of guess what kind of gym,
Exactly,
or what kind of customer this is. All right, so I'm gonna kick it off with a 1-star review from Liam.
Okay.
He was like, I thought I'd leave the gym a bad review because they harass me with emails. I've unsubscribed a dozen times and they don't respect my privacy.
Well, okay, so going from like a manager role, this is really funny because once you step into a gym and you fill out that email form,
you like know you're signing your life away.
That is just signing your life away. Like once you've entered that email address, that phone number, that stays in the system for the rest of ever.
And I understand that from like now that we own our own company, like honestly, like the most valuable thing you can get out of any kind of like class or whatever is their email address, because now you can like target them, and that's how you're doing like your paid ads, your advertising, your everything.
Right. So it's super valuable. So that's why like when I go to other gyms, I'll make up an email address because I'm like, I don't want you harassing me for the next 25 years.
Oh my God, but I do feel like some of these places, like I totally like side with this guy Liam, is that they like totally like cross the line in a sense of like, they call you, they call your mom, they call your doctor, like just to make sure. And even talk about like harassing you, like even when you go to like cancel something, like they're like, I need a doctor's note, a blood sample, like
what blood type are you?
Please pee in this cup,
just to make sure we can really get this canceled. And then on top of that, there's a 45-day fee, so you will be billed one more time.
Right. No, exactly. It's just it's insanity. So like some of these are funny, but like I honestly do side with Liam a little bit on this, is that the harassment is just next level.
It is. I mean, and they teach you. I've been a part of these sales trainings before.
And they're like, no doesn't necessarily mean no.
No means maybe.
Maybe in a month, maybe in a week.
You're going to ask for the sale 10 times. They say no on the 9th, then maybe offer a discount.
Right. Insane.
Insanity.
Does it make it less valuable when someone's like harassed you so many times? Like honestly, like I was like, oh, I was thinking about joining, but then when you didn't give me my space for the day to think about it,
it's like a relationship. It's like a clingy first date.
Right. I'm like, if you didn't give me the space to like miss you, like, and you're already back in my DMs or back on my phone, like
it's a no from me, dog.
No, you just you lost it.
You lost it. Oh my God. All right. So this next one's pretty funny. So I just moved to the area and went for a free trial. He called ahead.
It all starts with the free
trial.
It
all starts with the free trial. So Brian was super responsible here. He called ahead and he said, do you guys validate parking? Which if you've been to gyms around the Boston area.
Oh, that's a must.
That's a hot commodity. Do you validate parking?
Oh, huge.
Huge. How many hours? Yeah. 2, 3.
All right. Yeah.
Can we get a 3?
Can we get a 3? I will want the shower and the steam room after. So I need to calculate that in.
So he did his due diligence. I'll give that to you, Brian. And he confirmed there was validated parking. So he goes up. They said, no, I can't validate your parking right away. I will validate it after your workout. Fair. That's fine.
All right. Yeah.
Sure. He comes to the desk after he gets his parking validated. When he goes down to feed the ticket,
no, I already know the way this is
you
going.
already know the way it's going. Of course, it doesn't work. And
my God, have you ever been in that panic mode where you're like, and like once you're in that lane to get out,
it's like
you can't get out, like you can't reverse into the car behind you. It's like fight or flight mode. And
fight
I'm like,
or flight.
I'm like, how much damage would be done to my car if I just pedal to the metal
full
through.
Send through.
Right.
So it didn't work. So he calls up to the front desk and he's like, can I, like, this didn't work. I was just up here. I don't know if you remember me. Then my name's Brian, whatever. And they go, well, sorry about that. If you join membership, then we'll validate the parking.
Oh, I would be setting the whole building on fire.
I just thought that was the funniest thing. I think if that happened to me, I would take it to writing a review because that is ridiculous.
Writing a review, that was like honestly graceful of him. Again, I would set the building on fire.
Yeah, no, oh God. If you join though, it's like, oh, okay.
I can't. But I get it. I honestly, like, I get it. Like, some of these reviews, no. But, like, I understand his frustration.
Yeah. No, it is kind of crazy that, like, so many gyms in the city do require you to pay some sort of fee for for coming. So you're paying the gym membership, but then you have to think every time you go in, you're paying what, $5 to $10 to get your parking validated. So
I know. And then God forbid you go a few minutes over in your shower and then it's like, oh, no, you're paying the full fee, which obviously has happened to me
there's
before.
no workout, like the workout after the workout when you're like, I have 3 minutes to get through this, this parking, whatever it's called. I'm like doing the hand motion.
Oh, the
gate.
The gate.
Yeah. I have 3 minutes and like, God forbid you're in my way.
Right. No. Game over.
Game over. All right. Next one. What you got?
All right. So Tay B. She
Tay.
goes, again, 1-star review. I had the worst experience at this gym. I joined thinking they would have great trainers and great classes. The place sounds and looks so luxurious. I'm an in-shape girl and know my way around a gym. I actually gained weight going to this gym.
Oh my God.
All of the classes bulk up women and add too much muscle. This is not cute. I actually lost 10 pounds since not going to Blank since November. It's not over.
Oh, Tay, go off, queen.
I could never get an appointment with a trainer for my complimentary sessions. Every time I had a suggestion for a time, the trainer had, quote unquote, a doctor's appointment. You're telling me every single trainer at 3 p.m. has
a doctor's appointment. Yeah.
The classes are torturous, but not in a good way. The instructors really have no knowledge of how the body actually works. And instead of getting you into shape, they cause your body aches and pains. I don't know how many times I left there in pain, and that pain lasted days.
Oh my God. I just think it's so funny because like at the gyms that I've seen and the gyms that I've worked at, I know how badly these trainers want sessions with people. So I can't imagine them getting approached and being like, I'm sorry, I have a doctor appointment again.
Yeah, like something just seems off. And also, like, if you are shredded and like feel like you've bulked up after like a week of using the gym, like honestly, I want to go to that gym. Like, what the hell are they doing in there? Like, that's near impossible. And yeah, like it's funny that people think like lifting weight and you're instantly going to become the Hulk.
Yeah, that is.
Because then bodybuilders, like, why are you even training? Just go to one of these luxury gym classes and
go
like,
to this
you're going to
gym.
be ready to walk into like the Arnold.
That is so funny that she said that she lost weight since leaving the gym.
So you lost muscle is all I have to say.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny how she's like, I'm in pain for days after the class. Like,
like what are you doing?
So you're like a little sore. Like maybe you should like incorporate some like weight training into your routine.
So we're not siding with Tay on this one.
Yeah. And it's just like funny. She's like, I'm an in-shape girl. Like I clearly know what I'm doing. And you're like, but do you?
But do you though?
That's like my biggest pet peeve is like people who are so like, I don't know, like the bulking up. Like it just like it's any trainer's like biggest pet peeve. You're like, do you know how hard people work to put on muscle?
Right. You're not gonna put on muscle by doing like one upper body day. They're
right.
like,
And
that's
if you
it.
take like, I don't know, for those of you who belong to Equinox, like if you take a main studio HIIT class, like you know you're gonna be like throwing around some iron, you're gonna be lifting some weight. But if that's not your jam, like Pilates, yoga, like I don't know.
Yeah, there's options.
There's options for you.
There's options out there. All right, this one's really funny. So Johnny, the name is Johnny Bravo. So
All right, that's no way.
yeah. So none of the equipment is bolted to the ground / floor. This is a serious oversight as it's literally dangerous. I've almost toppled over while doing pull-ups. Don't believe me. Just try to push over any piece of equipment in there. Imagine.
Oh my God, wait. I have to know, is this from like a luxury gym or like a low cost gym?
This was one of like that more higher end ones.
Oh my God, that sounds so dangerous. Speaking of just like not stable, it just like reminds me of when I used to live in New York and like me and my roommate at the time lived in like a studio apartment and there's just like so many rules and regulations. We literally lived in a studio apartment and in order to like divide it into a 2-bedroom, like we had to hire contractors to like come and build like this fake wall, but there still had to be like 3 inches and everyone's like, oh my God, like you could literally like flick the wall and like it would fall over. Like it would change the whole like a blueprint of this apartment, like so ridiculous. So that's what I'm like picturing.
Isn't it so funny to think about the like living situations that you put yourself in as like a college student?
Oh my God. And like it's just like the way that people would like sell it, and I almost think of it as like a salesperson for a gym, right? You just like talk it up so much. Like You could easily, like, it's like you're looking at like a 2x2 room and they're like, you could easily fit like 6 people in here. Like, and they're like, this oven is high tech, and you're like looking at a microwave and they're like, nope, that's how they do it now. And I'm like, that's 1,000%.
The ovens are now microwaves.
That's 1,000% a microwave.
No.
Which was like no problem
It's
for
all
me
about your
because like
mindset.
I didn't buy anything.
Right.
I didn't like cook anything, so I could still microwave my sweet potato. But so the necessities were there. But it's just like so wild. So I think the fact that if I spent a lot of money and I'm falling over on the pull-up bar, like that's concerning.
Yeah. No, I mean, reading these reviews, I think like the higher end the gym gets, the more people feel the need to complain because they're like, listen, I'm spending $200+ a month. Like everything should be perfect, which I'm on board with.
All right. But then on the other hand, like I'm going to play devil's advocate here, is that you see some of these people like are these meatheads, right? They pay, clearly you do see, I feel like more meatheads almost as you go up in price because that's like how much they value almost their gyms.
They'd rather spend that money
and
in that than like clothes or
so
something.
then they like are so rough on the equipment. They Hulk it out. You see people like kettlebell swinging like literally into the mirrors and they're like, that mirror shouldn't have broken. And you're like, I'm sorry, what?
Yeah.
Or like slamming their weights down and you're like, no, like this is not meant for that.
Yeah. And then, you do see some of the more like particular people where I got approached one time, like working, with a pool, and they're like,
They're like, I shouldn't drown in the pool. Like,
I shouldn't drown,
This should be like the Dead
I was
Sea.
underwater and I'm confused where I couldn't breathe. Or like, oh, it was
but I paid $200, so I definitely should not drown.
or like it was 1 degree colder, and then you're like, let me fix that for you right away. You like don't touch anything. And they're like, so much better. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
They just like to see you like almost like go out of your way.
Yeah.
Like,
Thank you.
Yes.
That's such a good point. They want to be convinced that you went out of your way for them.
It's funny, I didn't put it on here, but I did read one review where like the woman was like rip shit about the temperature in the pool, and like it was like only a few degrees like different. She's like, it should be this, but it was in fact this. And I'm like, is she going into the pool with her like thermometer and like really like that? She just seems like that type of person to me.
I mean, the type of people that are complaining about those little things at the gym are the same type of people who are sending back their food at a restaurant, the same people who are, I don't know.
Yeah, there's a fine line, so you guys will definitely have to let us know like where do you draw the line?
Yeah.
Okay, this one's like pretty funny. So like talk about like blaming people and blaming the staff. On October 30th, Saturday at 3:40 p.m., someone stole my shoe. Another time at the gym, my short was missing, which I didn't care as much for, as I thought it could be done by mistake and I have plenty of shorts. But when my shoe was stolen, I thought this must happen often. The day when my shoe was stolen, I had no other shoes to walk around and go back home. It was raining a lot. I was stuck in the gym. Picture, if you will. Shoeless.
Setting the scene.
Shoeless, naked and afraid.
Naked and afraid.
I was so mad as I thought this would never happen here. The GM showed up, the general manager showed up, and he was asking if I could call an Uber. I got even more mad, saying, this is how you fix the problem?
Just call an Uber.
He said he would then check the lost and found to see if there were shoes I could borrow and go home. And then I'm not going to bore you with the rest, but he pretty much goes on to talk about how like they never called back. He never heard about like what happened to his missing shoe. Like, and that's the thing is like, I guess, no, I'm going to give you the floor. What, like as a manager, like, do you feel like that's your responsibility?
I mean, they like, if they don't lock their locker, that's one thing. I mean, no one will ever admit that. Like if they do lock their locker, I do feel a sense of responsibility, or it's at least pretending I care. Like you have, oh my God, when was the last time you saw it? Can I help you retrace your steps?
What kind of shoe was it?
What kind of Nike? What? So you have to totally be super empathetic. That's something they teach you as like a manager. Just, oh my God, let me take down your number. I'll call you right away.
I will call the Nike factory.
I will call the Nike factory itself. I'll make sure this gets taken care of. But yeah. Yeah, I mean, people would just come wild things. Like, I swear, if someone can't find something for like 5 minutes, like, it was stolen. Yeah, it was stolen. It had to be.
I feel like that's me. No, it's me. Like, when I like miss something, I'm like, Leah, it was you. Like,
it was you. Oh, immediately.
Especially like if anyone listened to our other episode, we're going through Forkgate right now, where we're down to 3 forks.
Still haven't gotten any more forks.
Nope. And I definitely, Leah, I'm convinced you took them to work. I know they're in your bags. Like, you have the forks.
It's not me.
All right.
It wasn't me.
No. All All right, whatever you say. But honestly, I would be kind of mad if I like lost my shoes. So then they're like, just call an Uber. I'd be like, literally, screw you. Me and my bare feet.
Ooh, burn. Screw you.
Me and my bare feet will go elsewhere. What do you think about bare feet working out? I feel like that's like also.
I had to like
we have Tim in
question
the back being like, absolutely not.
No,
But some people get so into it, right? Like, especially when you're like lifting heavy, they're like, you want to feel like grounded.
The ground, yeah, you want to feel grounded.
Very grounded.
Namaste. No, I get freaked out by that, and I think it's very unsanitary. It's so funny how like COVID, quote unquote, has gone now. So people are like, ooh, bare feet. Like, let me like kiss the water machine.
Oh my God, it's like the same thing on a plane. You see so many people. I'm not gonna lie, I'm guilty, but like I would always keep my socks on. Like if you take your socks off on a plane, like you're canceled. You're absolutely canceled.
Oh my God. All right. This one's a little bit R-rated. So this next one. Once stumbled upon an employee masturbating in the locker room, said he accidentally left the stall door unlocked, which explains nothing and really sums up the whole gym for me.
Okay, now I gotta know, was that a luxury gym or
No,
like
it wasn't.
Okay.
Imagine you're like going to change and you walk in.
Honestly, like I feel like maybe it's something like when you're at a gym and people are like sweating, it does get that like kind of like vibe going. Like,
She's like, it turns me on when I'm at a gym.
The steam room. I feel
steam
like
room gate.
that could be like its own episode. Is the steam room?
Steam room. Oh my God, the steam room chronicles that I would hear.
Everyone's just like hot and bothered, and like that's a thing too. They talk about like some of these like company outings for like gyms, and like everyone's just like. I mean, everyone cares about their body and their appearance. So like, obviously
That's
like
like sexy motherfuckers.
sex is on the mind, right?
Right. And they, a lot of times.
But like, that's just like, you couldn't wait until you got home. You couldn't wait till your Uber was here. You couldn't wait until the D line like pulled up.
No,
Like,
no, that had to happen right here, right now.
yeah, the D line is here.
I've just like have lockers on my mind, and I was just thinking about how many times this is like Cargate, this is Lockergate, how many times that I've forgotten. Not only most people forget their code, for me, I just forget where my locker was, and that happens more than not.
I forget where my locker was. I forget where I parked my car, and like it's always the gym's fault.
And you're going to the front
It's
desk.
Leah's and the gym's fault.
Right.
Oh my God. But this is actually kind of funny. This is also kind of talking about privates, if you will. I feel like I was cheated out of my money. I received a wax from the spa and the woman was great, but had missed some spots, leaving hair patches. So she's talking about missing hair patches.
Right.
So like I don't know. Like, I don't think you would say hair patches if you were talking about your eyebrows, right? Like
I don't think so.
My mind just
No.
like goes immediately like to bikini wax.
Right.
I didn't notice right away, so I called to speak with the manager to ask for a refund since I couldn't make it in person for them to fix it. She rudely declined, and even after I offered to send her pics. As a paying customer, this is so unprofessional.
Like, you know what's unprofessional?
Is you sending me clit pics.
Pics of your patchy puss. I'm sorry. That's a no from me, dog. Jeez.
Like some people
no
are just,
shame.
Like, so open. Like no
I
worries.
mean-
Like I can definitely. There's proof here. I can send you pics.
I mean, there's two types of people in the locker room. The people that prance around, the naked moisturizing lady.
The lady on the loose with her bush.
The lotion latherer. And then there's the timid ones. Like, I still kind of keep my towel over me as I change. And I don't know.
Oh, I'm so with you, but I feel like I always like epic fail, and I always feel like awkward because usually it's like I shower like after I teach a class, and I'm like, oh my God, like I'm literally gonna pop a nip after like literally just teaching you how to perfectly squat. And now, like
Pop a nip.
and now I just feel like I've lost all credibility since you've seen my nipples.
I just can't look you in the eye anymore,
Right.
Susan. You've seen my nips. I can't tell you how to fix that squat form because you've seen my nips. And that's why a lot of trainers do not work out at the place that they teach at.
I know some people call us so crazy for working at it for the most part at different gyms, but it's
like,
because
listen,
you don't. Yeah,
There's a lot of things that can go wrong here.
exactly.
Some risks I'm not willing to take.
Oh my God. Wait, you were speaking about one of the low star gyms, and I have to read this one.
Okay.
homeless men in the lockers all night. I went there after 10 p.m. and there was the same guy I see every night eating fried chicken out of a locker.
Can I have some?
Please see pictures below. Like this guy, like literally, like I wish I could flash them to them right here, because he literally has pictures of this guy like eating a chicken wing.
A chicken wing?
Like sitting on the like little stool outside the locker. And he
my
goes, the
God.
same guy's there every night watching TV and thinks he's the host of the gym. Like, why are you going to the gym if you are like
Eating fried chicken.
eating fried chicken? Well, also, didn't you hear about like Planet Fitness that they were doing like pizza night or like pizza every Friday? And I kind of was
Really?
like,
That's kind of weird.
I don't know. Like, I definitely have like, I mean, I eat pizza.
Yeah,
I
of
crave
course,
pizza,
yeah, but
whatever.
that
But like, do
seems
I want it
weird.
like served to me like after I just did 2 miles on a treadmill? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, no, that seems counterintuitive.
And also, like, I feel like if I'm working out and like seeing someone like, or if I can smell fried chicken, like I'd be like, game over. Like I'm someone who can't even watch like the Food Channel when I work out because I'm like, I'm
Right.
starving. This workout's over.
Yeah, it's done. I think a lot of themes that I've been seeing with these reviews is just how hard it is to get out of a membership. And like,
Yeah.
I mean, we talked about this earlier, but like there's the 45-day notice. And then there's the, like, a lot of times you think you canceled your membership. And I had this happen so many times where like, oh, I swear I called someone and I canceled the membership. Listen, you called the girl working part-time at the front desk. A
doesn't
hottie
care.
came up. She forgot that you canceled. She didn't report it to management. And now you're going to keep getting billed. I've seen it happen. And
It's
I'll see it
bad.
happen again.
It's bad. No, they definitely like lock you in. They're like, you will literally have like your first child here at this gym
Your
if it's up to
wedding,
me.
we can hold it on the strength floor next to the dumbbell rack.
Right.
I do.
The head trainer can officiate it.
Yeah. It's
It'll
all
be a
good.
time.
Yeah.
I got some about like just like instructors like not caring. Like one of these reviews like talked about how like this girl like basically did not pay attention to classes at all, and she was just like, she's like, the instructor French braided her hair during the class. She had really long hair, and there were about 16 to 18 students in class. Instead of making sure our form wasn't cropped, she was styling her hair during class. Ponytail? Nope. She changes her mind. She puts her hair back down so she could whip it back and forth. Oh wait, never mind.
The fact that someone typed this out.
Oh, never mind. Back up into a messy bun. Hang on. 20 minutes into class, she decided a French braid. That was her final decision. What has become of fitness instructors?
My God, we were talking earlier about how like any mess ups we've had as being group fitness instructors.
Yeah, like they're definitely out there. And like, I'm like, I've thought of classes that I'm like, I personally would leave a bad review about myself.
Right. Like, what was one of them that you were talking about?
I think one of the hardest classes to teach, and it's funny, it's because it's like very hands off as far as like there's a lot of setup when you do like a circuit class. So it's a lot of like the work
Pre-work.
is like pre-work.
Yeah.
But it was like my first circuit class. I'd done like the training, but then I went into execution, and it's just such a different game. Like it's game time, class is coming in, it's in session. And I think I just like didn't make the rotation of the circuits clear. So like after 2 circuits, like I had just like completely lost control of like
Yeah.
where anyone was to be. People were like raising their hands, like, where am I going next? I'm like, well, what station were you at? And like I literally then was going up to each individual member being like, well, what station did you do? Like, and it just was like a shit show.
Yeah. It's like you were like the substitute
Yeah, and I was
for
like,
school.
this
And they were
is-
like,
this is
oh no.
horrible.
Yeah.
You almost just like want to walk out and cry. But I think that's kind of what differentiates like some of like the professionalism when it comes to being a trainer is like the show must go on, and
Oh,
like any
absolutely.
professional athlete, any performer would know this. And I think especially teaching group fitness, there is some element of like fitness entertainment and like knowing that
Exactly.
you are hosting the show and it must go on, and
confidence
you can
is
do those
key.
burpees 2 times through because I fucked up the circuit.
Yeah, no, I've messed up like the format and the times, and I've come to what I thought was going to be the end of class because
Oh,
I
and
was
then
like,
you're like,
oh,
I
my
have 20
timer,
minutes left.
my timer ran out, and then I look at the clock and 20 minutes left, and now we're going into the power round, so everything's 30 seconds only. You just have to pivot,
And you can just feel like daggers on you.
They're
because
like,
you
"What?"
said that was the last round, and now you're trying
Yeah.
to invent this power round.
Yeah. I see right through your power round.
Yeah, you're trying to bring it back from the dead and trying to serve it to me, pretend it's something else.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh my God.
No.
There's been some crazy gym experiences throughout the years, going to the gym for so long that like I don't even know. I don't think anything super wild has ever happened to me personally.
No, that has to be like one of my worst. I think there's just like mess ups in class, things that you like say, and I'm like, and we're gonna like burn out this knee, and I'm like, no one wants to hear that during a workout class.
You said what?
Yeah, like, oh, I definitely won't be doing that move. Like,
I'm gonna sit back. I'm gonna get my water break now.
yeah, like I don't know, it's word vomit. Like it happens.
Yeah, but do you have any other crazy reviews?
I think this one's like kind of funny and like it's gonna kind of give away the gym a little bit.
Try.
Okay,
Try
so
to
this guy
discuss
goes, came for a trial boxing class at 11 a.m. on a Sunday. Found it strange to give people corrections while the music is blasting and you're trying to get a 45-minute workout in. I don't know. I'm the person who like, I'd rather hear the music than the instructor, to be honest. Like, but
Because you know what you're doing.
right? And I could understand that the other way around. But also, like the people who play the music too low, I'm like, I can't catch a vibe. I can't catch a rhythm.
Oh,
like,
nothing worse.
miss me. And he goes out to list like the good and bad. So some of his goods are like great playlist, which is funny because he just critiques the music. Gorgeous space, parking's great, nice people, and not terribly priced. And he goes the bad. Not sure why everybody needs to fight, which is boom.
Yeah.
My apartment got robbed in the South End, and I was pretty sure I would never fight that person, even if I went to this boxing regularly. Like, what?
I don't know.
Like, what? I don't even have mic drop.
Just walk away.
Yeah. But I feel like these reviews are just priceless.
Yeah. I mean, just know when you're picking a gym, no matter how expensive it is, nothing's perfect.
Nothing's perfect.
Everyone's human.
You have to decide what you can tolerate, what you can't.
Just like in a relationship, I would say take your gym membership as seriously as you are taking your relationships.
Right. And
do your research. Go on a few dates.
Read your reviews. Do the trial.
Do the free classes.
And just see, like, if there's a man eating
fried chicken.
that could be a make for some people, but it could be a break for others.
Exactly.
Which is what leads us into our game, which is the would you rather. So our homework was Leah and I are each going to come up with some would you rathers.
Yep.
Gym edition. So Leah, do you want to kick yours off?
All right. So would you rather be in a group fitness class in the back next to the very sweaty person,
okay,
or be front and center next to the instructor? I think
for me, like front and center, let's go, baby.
I know, but I think we'll see it a lot in our classes too, that everyone tries to go in the back row.
Oh my God.
But would you go in the back row if you were next to the sweaty person?
I think a lot of people in our class would say yes. It's funny. We like set up the mats at our tall ship class, and like we have to like almost like force people to like take some of the mats in the front. Like everyone has like moved their mat back. Like it's like the back people then try to go behind the back people, and it's like a whole game of like who can move back.
And then all of a sudden they're like in the water,
right? And we're like,
bye guys.
Yeah, see, yeah, it's been real.
All right, what's your first one?
Okay, it's funny. I put this one on Instagram, so I'm curious if people will agree with your answer. So we
Okay.
can check after. Go to a gym with no AC, so no air conditioning.
Okay. I know what AC is. Thank you.
You're welcome. Or group fitness class. The group fitness classes at this gym only play classical music.
Oh my God. I think I would rather go to a gym with no AC because I feel like when you feel sweaty, you're like more motivated. Like the more sweaty I am, I'm like, yeah, I'm doing it.
I get that, but I'm like, would I go back? Yeah. Like, I feel like I'd be like, that was like the hardest, worst experience of my life. I like almost passed away.
I know, but classical music, like I just can't do it.
It's funny. It seems like I'm looking at our votes, and most people do agree with you that they'd rather go with no AC
instead of a little Beethoven. While you squat to drop
for these burpees, a little Beethoven.
I kind of want to do that. Like in our next class, just totally throw people off.
Moment of silence.
Oh my God. All right, next one. Would you rather forget your bra or
like sports bra at the gym?
Yeah,
okay.
forget your sports bra at the gym, or would you rather work out with your hair down?
Oh, that's like horrible. So I still have like a tank top on, right?
Breathing it.
I honestly
a hit workout. I'm gonna say a hit workout. So you are bumping and bouncing around.
This is the one time I'll say I'm blessed in that department that I have a flat chest. So
we are proud members of the Itty Bitty Titty Committee.
Yeah, so like I feel like I'd rock the tank top, free the nip, like hair down, like
it's sticking all over your neck. Gross. Okay.
I wear my hair up like at all times. It's like back bun or
you and that group fitness instructor can
slicked back bun or bust
or bust.
Okay. this one. Email and calls 3 times a day from the gym, from your gym, or staff at the gym doesn't acknowledge your existence. Like you go to check in and like they don't even look at you. Like you ask like, oh, is someone using this piece of like they won't even like talk back to you.
I'm just like not there.
Yeah. Like overly seen or like not seen at all.
I think not seen at all. I'll do my thing. Leave me alone. I'm okay with that. What's your answer?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think that would like irk me if they do not see my fire outfit. That's just like rude.
If Shay doesn't get compliments on her outfit when she walks into the gym, she's like, I'm out. I'll take my business elsewhere.
Right.
All right. Next one from me, and last one actually. Would you rather have to come to the front desk to unlock your locker, like you got locked out, in a towel, or split your pants during a squat? Everyone sees it. Either way.
Oh God. I feel like the split my pants because I can't imagine like myself like getting out of the locker room and like with
towel.
like sopping wet hair and like marching
wet rap vibes.
Ugly but clean UBC vibes. Like that's like my worst, most vulnerable moment is when I'm out of fresh out the shower, no makeup, wet hair. Like,
all right, that's fair.
Agreed. What about you?
Yeah, no, I can't.
UBC, it just no one will catch you besides you.
Just honestly, I'll split my pants. That means I was dropping that ass real low.
That means I have
a dump truck that's just out of this world.
Right. All right. Last one, and we'll wrap this up. Everyone at the gym you go to is a supermodel, like shredded. Like so you feel like an absolute toad when you're there. Let's be clear.
Yeah.
Or there's a dress code at the gym and you all have to wear the assigned grow fit. My ex like used to like he worked for a corporate building and like they literally gave you like a shirt and a shirt and like shorts and like that like seems like so like prison-esque. Like everyone's so weird. Like in the same, and it was, I'm pretty sure it was like a grow fit.
That's so funny. I think there's something to be said about working out in like a safe space where you feel comfortable and confident.
Bring on the grow fit.
So bring on the grout fit. I will sweat through that proudly.
Versus like working around.
I mean, yeah, I feel like it'd be motivational, but I also feel like I would probably be very self-conscious to work out with all shredded people. So no, thank you.
Like, do you want to bench press me or the way?
Like, I'm confused. How about you? I mean, I feel like you went to FIT, so you're like, can't wear a grout fit.
Right. No grout fit.
It's a no for me on the grout fit. Oh my God. Well, hopefully y'all enjoyed. I'm from the South all of a sudden. Enjoyed this gym review edition of this episode. That was fun.
Good times had by all. But we'll see you guys tonight at Tall Ships. I know this episode will be airing on Thursday, but hopefully when you're listening to this, you've been to Tall Ships, you had a time, you've been to our 7 Ink party. We'll definitely do a recap of it next week. We can chat about all the fun stuff this week. Then we'll have a few weeks of quiet before we hit Run Club again in August.
A calm before the storm.
Hey.
All right, guys, you can tone from home.
You can tone from your phone.
But all we ask is that you don't tone alone. Bye, guys.